What's up? Semen retention, magnetic presence only happens when a man kills his old self. Habits. In order for you to get the aura, to get the, you know what I'm saying, the attraction and all this type of stuff, you really have to change yourself from the inside out. And I can say personally, man, I don't believe that I've gotten female attraction from semen retention due to me never. I have never been on a long semen retention streak. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest about that. You know, I'm no expert in anything. I'm just a guy that's trying to figure out my way. You know, so I'm no expert in anything like that. But I can honestly say I've experienced female attraction, but I wouldn't say it was from semen retention. And not saying that getting attraction from that it's not gonna happen. But I'm saying for me, it hasn't happened yet because I don't feel like I've been on a long enough streak. And I have experienced some benefits, but just I wouldn't say female attraction that I know for sure it came from me being on senior retention. And I think the only way you do get attraction in the aura and you have the magnetic presence, which is just attraction, another way to saying attraction. I think you only really get that when you change yourself from the inside out. You get what I'm saying? Because that's when you radiate, I feel like, new energy. When you still struggling with the same habits, when you're still struggling with the same um mentality and habits and stuff, you're not gonna radiate new energy. You're not gonna attract new things because you're still being in your old way. You get what I'm saying? You're still in your old way. You really have to change your habits, change how you think, change what you believe, and stay in who you want to be mentally. Don't think about the negative things and stuff. You got to stay mentally where you want to be. Keep a positive attitude, and your habits have to be congruent with how you think and who you want to be in order for you to actually attract new things and new things to come to you, you know? So I just think that's very important. And a lot of people, a lot of guys, like, I feel like they could get on semen retention and they think that's just gonna be boom. That's all this it is to it. I don't gotta work on myself or anything. You really change your energy not by just retaining your seed, but also not, but also you don't just have a different energy by just getting on semen retention. You have a different energy by transmuting that sexual energy, because it's a lot of guys who just sit on it and never do anything, not try to change themselves, not try to better themselves. That's not gonna attract new things. I feel like you attract new things when you actually change what you were doing. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like attraction can be on many different levels and many different spectrums, but when you attract new things from semen retention, it's not a superficial thing. It's an energy thing. It's a how you carry yourself type of thing. It isn't a look or anything like that. It's just how you carry yourself and how you feel about yourself. And that all comes from what you be doing on a daily basis, behind closed doors with nobody watching. And so that's just a big thing. And you know, I try not to talk too much about female attraction this, female attraction that, because I just think that can just be something to lead you into relapsing again, because it's just gonna take your attention away from your goals and bettering yourself, and it's gonna take it to just focusing on how a girl look and if she attractive or not, So I think that mentality can take you there. But also, you get what I'm saying? You still want a woman, you still want to attract like attractive girls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say not to look at that so much, because that can lead you, I feel like, to relapsing again, either by masturbation or having sex with a girl. But I really don't look at having sex with a girl and masturbation in the same category, because I think one is more is in reality, but you just misuse it, and I think the other is more. I think masturbation is more where you're in your own head and you're in your own fantasy land and your own imagination too much. You get what I'm saying? But the guy who's being promiscuous maybe is still bad, but he's living in reality. He's not stuck in his head. You get what I'm saying? And I think a big thing with a lot of guys that struggle with lust is they're stuck in their imagination of what a woman should be or how a woman should look. and they're just like stuck in their imagination about it. And so I think that's just a huge thing. That could be a whole nother video topic. But uh yeah, man, I really don't think you start attracting new things and you don't have a magnetic presence unless you actually change yourself full fledged and you're not just, oh, I'm just gonna get on Simmer attention and boom, I'm gonna get new energy. And you looking at it from an internet lens when you gotta look at it from a personal lens. You get what I'm saying? Look at it in reality. How can I actually better myself? You get what I'm saying? And if you look at it that way, that's when you get that's when you start making actual steps to better yourself. And that's when somebody look at you, they be like, you look a little bit different. And that really not look a bit different, but he carry himself different. You get what I'm saying? That's when I feel like people notice you carry yourself different. It's when you actually change yourself in a way where you're a different person almost. And you don't carry that old energy with you. You carry a new energy, a better energy with you. Me, I could tell, like, I feel like the female attraction and stuff that I've gotten over the years, it's been based off of looks and stuff. And I'm not saying I'm no attractive guy, but I think I do fit in a category where I was a lot of girls' type. You get what I'm saying? Or I was a certain girl's type or whatever. And that's funny because that kind of just make me mad sometimes too, knowing that I've had a lot of girls like me, but I really never. I was always too nervous or too shy, and I always, you know what I'm saying. If I did end up talking to a girl, she would stop liking me because I would do something awkward or weird. Like it's so much stuff I wouldn't even say on camera because I'm just embarrassed of what I've like said and did and stuff just because it was either awkward or weird or cringy. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy, man. I mean, but I mean, that's learning, that's getting better. That is what it is. It's life at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But I have noticed as I've gotten older, my relationships and my dynamics with girls have gotten better. And what I mean when I say that is, when I was younger, I didn't know boom about how to talk to a girl or anything like that. And I knew it was guys out there I seen that I grew up with that never had to learn any of that. It was just naturally. But I think growing up, I was around my mom a lot, and I put on a mindset where uh and it wasn't, I'm not saying it's my mom's fault, but I think I put on a mindset where it was like I gotta do everything right. I gotta treat a girl right. I gotta go to college. I gotta be a perfect guy. I gotta be the best guy. And I think that mindset can leak into you being a simp and leak into you just having all sorts of problems with girls and a girl using you and stuff. And I can go even deeper. I can go way, way, way deeper into more about that. But nah, that's all I pretty much got to say for this video. Yo.